Introducing Hugo. One day, something very strange came hurrying over the Sodor suspension bridge. Hero was very surprised. Then, the strange machine came hurrying through this big station. Dominic and Gabby were very surprised. It whooshed over the old quarry road. Edward, Henry, and James were astonished. "Bust my buffers!" cried Edward. "How exciting!" puffed Henry. It arrived at Ulfstead Castle and came to a halt at the junction. Stephen pulled in alongside of it. "Oh, hello." "Hello." Thomas, Percy, James, and Philip arrived. "Ah, hello, Sir Robert." "Franz! Great to meet you." "His driver knows Sir Robert?" cried Percy. "Ah, Sir Robert, this is Hugo. We've come from Germany." "It's great to meet you," said Hugo. "Come on, I'll give you a ride inside of him." "This is very exciting," said Hugo. "Who's that?" cried Thomas. "That's Hugo. He's a rail zeppelin." With new rail zeppelins like that, they're going to take over the whole railway and improve work status. And soon steam engines will be abolished. And they'll take over. "Oh no," cried James. "No one will see me anymore, because rail zeppelins are the future. Hugo is one of the engines of the future." Later that night, Thomas and the other engines were discussing Hugo. "Stephen says that he's going to take over the whole railway." "Hugo can't take over the railway, can he?" Thomas asked Emily. "I sure hope not," said Thomas. "He can't take over pulling the express," said Gordon. "That is a steam engine's job. It always has been, and it should stay that way." "He can't take over the flying kippers," said Henry. "That's my job." "He's not a very useful engine if he can't pull coaches," said James. Then suddenly, Hugo rolled in. "Hello, everyone. It's great to meet you." "What do you want?" said Gordon. "I need a place to sleep tonight," said Hugo. "I don't think there are any other sheds available." "Don't worry," said Percy. "I'm going out on my mail run tonight." "No, Percy, he's here to take over the railway," said Gordon. "We mustn't help him." "Don't be worrying about me," pouted Hugo. "I shall go find somewhere else to sleep." And he rolled away. "Why were you so rude?" puffed Percy. "He's here to take over," said Gordon. "There's no reason to be kind." Hugo parked in a lonely siding with Diesel and some other engines. "Hello," said Hugo. "What are you?" "I'm a rail zeppelin." "I can pull passengers, but I cannot pull or push cars. I do not have couplings." "Well," said Diesel, "you have one of those spinny thingies at the back." "It's my propeller," said Hugo. "It makes air when I'm coming along the rails." "It looks dangerous," said Diesel. "But it spins round and round," said Hugo. "It is a very useful piece of machinery." And Hugo's blade was still spinning until morning. Can you please stop? I like peace and quiet," said Diesel. Hugo rode sadly away. The next morning, the engines were glaring at Hugo as he had woken, and they were all racing away from him. "Oh, good morning," said Hugo, but all the engines were passing by. "How rude! Why don't they want to speak to me?" He watched Toby pass by. Hugo honked, but Toby puffed off. Gordon whistled past. "Hello, Gordon." But Gordon ignored him. "Why is everyone being so mean to me and ignoring me? I'm just trying to be friendly." Then James passed by. "Hello, James." But James ignored Hugo as well. Finally, Thomas and Percy came racing around the bend. Hello, cried Hugo. Why is everyone being so mean to me? Because you're trying to replace us, said Thomas. No, I am not. This is not true at all. But you're so fast, strong, and modern, Hugo. I am, but I don't even have couplings. I can't pull coaches or trucks, and everyone thinks my propeller at the back is dangerous, even though I'm being very careful when I go into the station. Thomas and Percy were sorry. Hugo went on his way. The passengers loved Hugo. Is his propeller dangerous? Said the Fat Controller, asking Franz. Not at all, Topham. It is very resourceful at that matter. Hugo felt bad. Everyone thinks I'm a dangerous engine, he thought. This is not good at all. What shall I do? Wow, Hugo's fast, cried Philip. And later on, when Hugo returned with his passengers to Knapford Station that afternoon, they found a crowd of engines waiting for them. What's this? Boomed the Fat Controller. This is a welcome party for Hugo, sir, puffed Thomas. We're sorry that we were so rude, huffed Edward. We were very mean to judge you before getting to know you, Hugo. And we'd like to get to know you later on today, puffed Percy. Hoping, and only if, that you'll join us at Tidmouth Sheds. I'd love to, said Hugo. That would be very exciting. I can't wait. We can't wait for you to spend the night with us, said Edward. You're going to have a grand time, smiled Thomas, and all the engines took Hugo back to Tidmouth Sheds. And that night, all the engines were very pleased and very honored to share a shed with Hugo, the new rail Zeppelin.